Hi guys, welcome back to Fight Tonight channel. Former Gervonta Davis rival claims he will return stronger following stoppage loss. Rolando Romero was stopped by Isaac Rose on Saturday, but that hasn't stopped the Las Vegas fighter from still aiming high when he returns. Romero lost his world title to the relentless Mexican, and he now has 2 defeats on his record, after a previous defeat to Gervonta Davis in 2022. The goal now for Romero is to become world champion once again, and he is worth to do that. When speaking on social media, Romero will likely get future opportunities due to his popularity, and he is promising to return stronger once he is digested the most recent setback. I want to congratulate Pitbull on a fight and achieving his dream of becoming the world champion, wrote Romero. I promise I will be back better and stronger than ever to further prove to myself and the naysayers that I belong at the top level of the sport with the best of them. Gervonta Davis' next fight, lightweight contender sizes up WBA champ. Gervonta Davis is slated to defend his WBA lightweight title against up-and-coming star Frank Martin in his next bout. Davis has not fought since his 7th-round knockout against Ryan Garcia on April last year. He became one of boxing's best pound-for-pound fighters in the world after his 2017 win against Jose Pedraza for the IBF Super Featherweight crown and is now sizing Martin up. Here is what you need to know about the lightweight division's biggest upcoming fight. Davis will put his WBA crown on the line for the 5th time in a showdown against Frank Martin. The 29-year-old and Martin will square off in a Premier Boxing Champion spectacle on Amazon Prime. Martin enters the fight undefeated in his own right at 18-0 with 12 knockouts. The bout has been rumored to be slated for June 15th, but several sources including ESPN and The Ring affirmed that it will take place later this spring or into the summer. Davis last go in the ring against Ryan Garcia on April 22nd, which he won by a knockout in the 7th round. He and Garcia gave the boxing world what they wanted to see as the 2 of the most popular fighters in the sport pitted against each other. Gervonta Davis pushed his pedal to the metal for his upcoming fight in June. He is currently indulged in training and decided to share some snippets of his preparation with the boxing fans. As of now, he is reportedly signing a deal with the BBC to fight against Frank Martin on June 15th. However, these dates are still supposed to be tentative. Even if Davis hit the canvas on this date, it will be almost 14 months since he had participated in a boxing fight. As for Frank Martin, it will be around an 11-month break before he gets inside the ring again. So both fighters haven't been fighting for a long time now, and they must train hard to get rid of the rust. Well, it's safe to say Davis has gotten serious about it. In his social media post, Gervonta Davis shared 10 pictures from inside and outside of his gym in Houston, Texas. In all the pictures, one thing was common, and that's the unique style of Davis. In the first picture, Tank donned Balenciaga pants with nothing on top, smiling with his trainer Calvin Ford. Then he wore a camouflage cap in the 6th photo. However, the 8th one remained the fan favorite, where Davis had a chrome heart's back hung up on his shoulders while he looked at his phone screen. Besides all of this, Davis seems locked in for his upcoming bout, as he wrote somewhat of a poem in the caption: "The money I want, non-negotiable. I'm uncomfortable, unacceptable, unapproachable. If you only knew, I'm one of the chosen few." Even though Davis vs. Martin is the news at hand, the fans showered the comment section about his chrome heart's back and urged him to fight Shakur Stevenson instead. Gervonta Davis, it seems, can't escape the fight spotlight, even when his focus is on training. Whether fans are critiquing his chrome heart swag or demanding a future showdown with Shakur Stevenson, Davis will always keep the fans talking about him. What are your thoughts on Davis' photo? Tell us in the comment section below. Thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.